name is Sarah Marcos. I'm from BlueSusanMakes.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make this super simple tote bag. It is the easiest tote you'll ever make. It's just made out of one fabric, no lining, no interfacing. We're going to use the same fabric for the handles, and I'm going to show you especially how to make this super cute little triangle pleated boxed corner. Now, these are way easier than you think they are. And I would say that they are definitely the easiest type of box corner you can ever make. But I want to show you how to make it because it's really cool. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to add a little lining fabric to your bag. And the lining just gives it a little more structure. And we're even going to add a pocket if you want to do that. If you want to just make a little bit more of a solid bag that's... and use up those really pretty canvases that are on the market right now. But this is just a way to make a simple tote, kind of like the kind that you can buy that is plain off-white canvas that you can like applique things to. Very similar to that, similar way to make it, but you can just personalize them and make them in these pretty fabrics, which we love fabrics. So anyway, stick with me and I'm going to show you how to make these super simple tote bags. Okay, to make this project, you're going to need a ½ yard of fabric, and you want to choose a fabric that's a little bit heavier than quilting cotton. Something like a lightweight canvas, like this one, or this one, which is a sateen, like upholstery type of fabric would work, denim, twill, any of those fabrics would work. And before we get started, I just wanted to tell you I do have some instructions that are just like step-by-step simplified instructions that you can print out and have on the side as you're making this project. Or if you decide to use this project to teach a sewing class or teach a friend to sew, sometimes some visual instructions are helpful. But there is a full photo tutorial on my website as well. Okay, let's get started. First, you're going to need to cut a long rectangle that is 14 inches wide by 32 inches long. This rectangle is going to be the front and back of your tote. So if you're working with fabric with a directional print, you can break up these measurements to make 2 panels, sew them together, and press the seam open at the bottom, and then just continue as if it's one solid piece. I had to do this while I was making my exterior for the bag that I'm dropping the lining in. So that's definitely an option. You'll also need to cut 2 handle straps that are 3 inches wide by 20 inches long. Again, if you don't have fabric that's that long, you can definitely piece these straps together and it will work out just fine. Just remember to press your seams open. Next, we're going to make the handles. So take one of your handle strips and fold the long edge toward the center 1/2 inch on the wrong side. And then just press that to the side and then fold the other side in 1/2 inch as well and press. Then once you have those folds made, fold it one more time, matching those folds so that all the raw edges are enclosed. And then I always add some binding clips as I go to just hold that fold in place. And then repeat for the next handle. Next, take it to the sewing machine and stitch along each side about 1/8 of an inch away from that folded edge. Also, if you have a walking foot, now would be the time to put that on. I always increase my stitch length to around 3.5-ish millimeters so that I can have a longer stitch length. I really think a longer stitch length makes your finished bag look a little more professional and a little less handmade. One more tip, if you start sewing the handle from the same end each time, then your handle strap will be less likely to twist and pucker. Okay, now we're going to make the body of the bag. Take that long rectangular piece and fold it together with the right sides touching each other and match those short ends. Go ahead and put a couple of pins in the top section of the rectangle, and then I'm going to show you how to make those little boxed corners. So take a ruler and measure up 1.5 inches from that bottom fold and make a little mark there, and then do the same thing on the other corner. Now flip the piece over and make those same markings on this other side. Okay, now we're going to essentially make these marks that we just made touch each other. So I like to make a little fold in the fabric at that first mark on each side, and then find the other set of markings and do the same thing and pull those folds up to match. So you're making a little fold at one marking and a fold at the other marking, and then you're just going to bring those markings so they're touching each other and the folds are lined up along the bottom. And then use a pin or some clips to hold those folds together. And then the very bottom of the bag is basically folded up on the inside. Next, we're going to take it to the machine and sew down each side with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Remember to backstitch at the beginning and end. Now, if you're going to add a lining, you'll go ahead and press these seams open and jump to the end of the video where there'll be further instructions. Otherwise, if you aren't going to line this bag, we need to finish these seams. So set your zigzag to a wide zigzag and go ahead and zigzag along the raw edge of that seam. So when I sew with the zigzag, one side goes in the fabric and the other side, the needle is off the fabric. So what's happening is the fabric edge is being enclosed by those stitches. And then you get a nice clean edge that won't fray. Now if you want to get a look at those cute corners, you can turn that bag right side out and that little triangle pops right out. It's so cute. All right, now we're going to hem the top of the bag. So turn your bag inside out one more time and fold down the top edge 1/2 inch all the way around. Now it's much easier to use a traditional ironing board for this because you can drape the opening of the bag around the end of the ironing board, but I don't have one of those readily available right now, so I'm just going to show you how I do this without the ironing board on a flat surface. When you get to the side seams, go ahead and press them to one side or the other. And as you can see on this flat surface, I've just kind of staggered the side seams so I'm not ironing wrinkles into my fabric on the underside. Once you have a 1/2 inch folded down all the way around, the next thing we're going to do is do that one more time, but this time we're going to fold it over 1 inch. Usually I just use my ruler for the first couple of measurements, and then the rest of the fold I just eyeball. Okay, before we sew this hem in place, we're going to slide in our handles. So measure 3 inches from the side seam and slide the handle underneath that little hem you created. Sometimes you have to wiggle and smash the seam down because of all the bulk, but just try your best to measure 3 inches from each side. And then flip it over and add handles in the same way to the other side. And then pay close attention to how your handle is twisted. Make sure that it's not twisted and then it lies flat all the way around. It's really easy to make the mistake of having a twisted handle. Next, position the top edge of the bag so that it can slide over your sewing machine, and we're going to stitch about 1/8 inch away from that inside folded edge. Now my sewing machine table slides off and it has a free arm that my fabric can slide underneath. But if your sewing machine doesn't have that, I recommend turning your bag right side out and sewing from the inside so that the fabric kind of goes over the top instead of going underneath. Now we're going to fold the handles up, and I use some binding clips to hold them in place. And then we're going to take it to the sewing machine and sew a little X and a box right along that little square. And sometimes I find that it's a little bit hard to eyeball the X and the box. And so if you want to take a fabric marker and draw the lines, then that might be an easy way for you to do it. So starting at the top where there isn't any stitches, I try to orient my first stitches so that they would be about 1/8 of an inch away from the top folded edge of the bag. So I sew across the top, then I put my needle down and pivot and sew at a diagonal to go to the other side, and then sew across the bottom, and then needle down, pivot, and sew at a diagonal back to the top. And then I just stitch a box all the way around. And if you do this, then it turns out that you have 2 rows of stitching on the top and 2 rows of stitching on the bottom. And that's good because you want to reinforce those handles so they don't rip out. And then just repeat for all the other handles and you are done. Okay, now we're going to rewind just a little bit and I'm going to show you how to add the lining if that's what you want to do. First of all, you're going to need to cut your piece of fabric 14 inches wide by 29 inches long. This is 3 inches shorter than the original cut for the outside of the bag. We're also going to cut a pocket with a little bit of leftover fabric. You can make this pocket however you want. I just cut mine to 7.5 inches wide and 12 inches long. We're going to take that pocket and fold it in half with right sides together and sew around the pocket, leaving a couple inches open on one of the sides. Next, take some scissors and clip off the corners where the stitching is. Then you're going to turn your pocket right side out through that opening. Then use a blunt tool like a chopstick or a pencil to push out all of those corners. Then we're going to take it to the ironing board and press the pocket flat. As you press the pocket, you're going to want to expose all of those seams. So I like to roll the fabric back toward me and then push it forward, and that helps work those seams out so that you get a nice straight edge on your pocket. Then tuck in the opening so that it is flush with the rest of the side of the pocket. Next, take the pocket to the sewing machine and sew about 1/8 of an inch away from whichever side you want to be the top of your pocket. Now that your pocket is ready, we're going to pin it to the inside of your lining piece. And you just want to figure out wherever you want to place that pocket. I put mine about 4 inches down from the top and about 3.5 inches from each side. Just somewhere in the center, it doesn't really matter. And then add some pins to hold it in place. Then we'll take it to the sewing machine and top stitch all the way around the pocket. If you keep those pins on the inside of the pocket, then you never have to take them out as you sew around them. Okay, now we have the pocket in place. We're going to finish making the bag just like we did for the exterior. Fold that up in half, match the short edges with the right side of the fabric touching, then add some pins and mark your corners 1.5 inches from that bottom fold on each side. Then match up those markings just like we did before to form that little pleat at the bottom. And then of course we're going to sew our side seams. Use the same 3/8 inch seam allowance that you used before. We are going to skip the zigzags on this one and we're going to take it to the ironing board and press the side seams open as far in as you can. Now we're going to take our exterior bag that we already have made, and just like I showed you in the first part of the video, we're going to hem that top edge by folding it down 1/2 inch and then a full inch all the way around. Now is when you drop in the lining. So I'm going to take my lining and I'm going to slide it on the inside of my bag with the wrong sides touching each other. And even though I'm showing you with the outside of the bag and the lining going inside it, it might be easier to flip the exterior inside the bag and slide the lining outside. Just make sure that you have the wrong sides of the fabric touching each other. And that lining is just going to drop right in and slide right up underneath those folds that you made for the hem. I usually start with the side seams first and then move on to lining up and pinning everything else. Now, if you don't already have the lining side out, go ahead and flip the bag so the lining is on the outside. So measure 3 inches from the side seam and slide the handle underneath that little hem you created. Now we're going to do what we did before, just top stitch all the way around the outside of the bag, right along that inside fold line. And then flip up your handles and sew the little X in the box. And you are done. It's easy as that. I hope you enjoyed this super simple tote bag. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and come find me at bluesusanmakes.com, where I share free sewing tutorials and other tips and tricks. And I'll see you next time.